Hey Virgo, this is your August 2023 Sun Moon Rising Virgo sign reading. I'm doing the mini, Minchiate and the La Norma. So let's get going. Um, First thing off the bat, the underlying tone is that there's some kind of gathering, get together about making plans to get together, or there is some sort of event that is being planned, or there's a compromise involved with this event. This could be society at large or a societal thing that's being planned, or a group of people or an organization of some kind. There's some sort of compromise needing to come in, and a great deal of it has to do with your reputation in some sort of way. And the reason I say this is because the first card coming out, the card that is you in your current situation, is the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords, I'm getting like very stressed out vibes. You feel like your reputation is at stake for something and you're very, very stressed about it. Now, when I say reputation, I mean anything from what you've been known as, a title, a status, a something like that. I see that there was popularity, or there is popularity now. So I think you might be worrying about, excuse me, worrying as Virgos do about everything. And worrying about this current, how you're being seen by others, if you're liked by others, if it's working out, if are your ideas being seen as something that others enjoy. You're very stressed out about the way people are viewing you or the way you're being seen. In regards to something. Now, in the past, I see that there was like everything was gravy, everything was good. You were very content with how something was going. In fact, you were more than content. You were really enjoying like things going really, really well for you. You might have been recognized for being somebody who is just like very somebody who liked to enjoy life a lot, the luxuries of life a lot, somebody who indulged, people might have indulged in your beauty, or indulged in your emotional, romantic kind of vibes. You might have had a lot of suitors in the past. This can talk to suitors, suitesses. I don't know if that's a word, suitess, but I just made it up, so it is a word now. Your peeps that were interested in you romantically. There could have been a lot of them. And now it seems like romantically, if this is what this is talking about, you're worried about how other people think of you. I don't know why. Maybe you were very well liked before and recognized for whatever talents you had, and now things have changed in some regard, and you're concerned about how other people are viewing you. I don't think they're viewing you bad. I think they see you in a very good light, and that you're very popular still. But I think that popularity might be getting to you a little bit, maybe wearing you down in some sort of way. Like there's a lot more problems now maybe than there were in the past. Or maybe you're just nervous about some sort of romantic relationship. In your mind, you are. This is the thing. You know that something is going to be. There's going to be a winner and there's going to be a loser. there is this kind of black and white view of your situation in your mind right now. Like, it can only go one way, and I'm either going to be on the side of the fence that I want to be on when it happens, or I'm going to be on the other side and I'm not going to be very happy. And there's something formal or formality about this, like it's a sort of a an example could be a competition that you've entered, and there's only can be one winner. Um, and it's between you and somebody else, or you and a few people. A promotion, you and a few people, but there is going to be some sort of formal letter stating, or communication stating where, what was the decision, or who was the winner of the situation. What's crossing you right now is this, either if it's romantic, it's a third party thing, like somebody that you really really want to be with is been you've been casually dating them, and you're waiting for the answer to come to both of you or something, to like the you're waiting for that status, that change, to be the popular one, that the one that's chosen for something. But there is some sort of third party thing going on. I don't know. I don't see cheating necessarily. I mean, it could be that there's someone else involved and you're worried about that. But I think it's more of maybe a merger within an organization that you work for, or there are three people involved in some sort of application process for a promotion of some kind. There is some sort of formality with the Three of Pentacles and the letter. This is some sort of ritual thing that is done. This is a system. This is a rite of passage almost. This could be for an internship of some kind. It could be for a job position. It could be for a relationship. I mean, I really hope that somebody isn't being so formal as to make this like a test for you, if it is a relationship. But I mean, I guess people do that. They test people within the context of the relationship. Maybe it's that you need to pass a test to move to the next level, or that you're worried about being at that stage and whether you're ready or not for that next phase in a relationship of any kind. I do see underneath it all what you're not aware of, what's going on in your subconscious mind, is that there's this victorious newness, a new idea that is like you're a shoo-in, or there's some sort of, I just see it as a very masculine and feminine energy coming together. So there is some sort of balance to this dynamic, or there is some sort of victory to this partnership in some sort of way. But you're not aware of it. Maybe you're worried that somebody's already married, or you don't know if they're married. You might think it's a good idea to partner up with somebody, that you think it's a good idea, that you should be doing this, but you're not aware of it. The other thing I'll say in this reading is there's only one pentacle card. The physical aspect of the elements of this reading is it is the problem, or it is what's helping or hindering your situation. So money is the answer. Maybe you're worried you're not going to get something because you don't make enough money, or you might need help with money, or there's some sort of financial rite of passage that you've yet to accomplish, and you're worried about what other people are thinking, and you're stressed about, yeah, your popularity, or your social life in some sort of way. That other people might not see the compromises that you've made, that there's a rite of passage, or a door or a portal that you need to walk through in order to feel like not worried anymore about something. You might be worried about what other people think in terms of that you don't have a house yet as well, or that there's something about some sort of family thing or home thing that maybe you haven't moved in together yet with your partner, and they're maybe putting pressure on you, or you feel society is putting pressure on you to get married. There is something here about the way we do things, and that being the answer to what's stressing you out, or what's going to help you in this situation. The key next to the house, I really do feel it's about, some of you, it's definitely about a home. About you feeling like you should have a home already, or someone else, putting pressure on you, or feeling pressured by society to get a home of your own. This letter could be whether you're stressing about the news that you've been waiting for, about whether or not you've been chosen for some sort of acceptance, or that you put down on a house. Oh God, you can tell I don't live in a house. A bid or something like that. Some approval of a loan from a bank. For a home. There's something formal about it. There's other people involved in the situation. A banker could be needing to approve the loan, so you get approved for the house. With the key of the ring, it's also like a key going into a lock as well. So what you're not aware of is that you will be victorious in this, or there's something new coming in with some sort of commitment, and the beginning of a commitment. You're unaware of that. It's the start of some sort of relationship. You're unaware of that. I don't know how you could be unaware of it, but it's saying that that's what it is. Or something to do with this whole formality or competition of some kind ends up leading you to, you're not aware that this person involved in this situation that you're meeting is going to be somebody who is going to want to be in a relationship with you. In the near future. We have the Tower. Particularly in this deck, it's the House of the Devil. You're either worried you're not going to be able to back out of a situation in the near future in regards to a home, or a commitment to being in a family or something. Or there could be something to do with something happening in regards to your living situation that you'll need to maybe if it's not about an actual physical structure of some kind, like a house, maybe it's about the family. You're worried about something in your family. Your family breaking apart of some kind. So there's some kind of fall from grace in the family. Maybe you're worried about your fall from grace in recent times, in current times, will somehow affect your family. That you'll be seen as like a black sheep of your family. I mean, you just, maybe something happened with your health or with your routine or some job thing. I mean, maybe you lost a job and you're worried about being able to afford your home or being able to, you don't want your family, it's more about your reputation. It's not really about money necessarily. You're worried about what your family will think or what your family will have to go through in this situation. If you recently lost a job, if they're saying that adding someone else into the mix financially may be the solution to your problem. So if you own a home and you're worried about paying the bills, maybe getting a roommate, you had enough in the past. You were more than comfortable in the past. But your reputation, is something happened with your reputation, and maybe you're feeling like the answer to your problems, or the answer to this stress is this third party situation. If this is about a relationship and a marriage, situation, you're worried about what your family will think about it, or that it will cause crisis within the family. And this could just be a societal thing. It doesn't have to be like, a literal crisis. It can just be like your mother's, she's pretty high strung about certain traditions. There's a system, there's a tradition here. There's a way we do things, and maybe you've always been seen in a good light within your family or within an organization of some kind, and now it's like something else has come into play and is now affecting this reputation of yours. This could be about your credit as well. In case you were trying to get a loan, you're worried about your credit not being good enough to get a house. In the immediate future, I see something happening and you getting a house. The house is there. And the key is right before it. If the key was after it, I guess it would still be the same thing, sort of. I would see this as being more of a you might also be trying to keep something private that you don't want to go public. You're worried about something going public in some sort of way. It could have to do with it. It's like the start of a relationship, and maybe you don't want it to get out on the internet. There's something about internet here as well. Status on the internet, something like that. I don't know why. I mean, the relationships are real strong in this reading, because I do have in the 7th placement, which is your advice, and the 7th house, which is relationships, I have the 2 of Cups. That's the beginning of a relationship, the start of a relationship, and then we have the start of a relationship where there's the beginnings of love here. There's harmony here. There's mutual, two different people mutually coming together to fill each other's cup of emotion. You're emotionally happy about this, but there's something spreading about some rapid spreading and abundant connections, a lot of connections to this relationship. So it's either this person has like a lot of people that they're very popular, and there's a lot of socializing within their life, and they have a lot more money than you, and you're worried about things getting out of control in terms of maybe that something here, abundance, a lot of connections, a lot of spreading out, a lot of money. This is about stardom here, this card. And the moon is also about fame and popularity. And with the flowers there, you're more of a private person, I'm thinking. Or you're trying to keep something private in your day-to-day life or your job. Maybe this person works where you work, and there is a no dating other people in the place of employment kind of vibe. I see whatever this is. There's a lot of connections. There's a lot of people involved in this, and there could be somebody who's quite popular or famous involved in this situation. And there could be a lot of money kind of held up within this relationship. Somebody could make a lot of money. Somebody could be well-to-do in some sort of way, or a lot of people are going to know about this relationship. This person might just know a lot of people. They might have a lot of people that they're involved with, a lot of different people, in terms of friends and associates. There's a lot more connected to this relationship than just meets the eye, or there's more finances involved in this partnership than meets the eye. Your advice is to just balance out each other. You and this entity, you and this person have a harmonious relationship. Start this relationship off on a good foot. Understand each other's needs, to love each other, or put love into the situation, the relationship. There's something about a relationship and the connections it has to money. So if you want to put your money together in order to do something, then it's saying that might be a good idea, that you have some sort of partnership that will go in with you connected to finances. I mean, don't take my word for it. That's just how I'm seeing the cards. It's like money is growing. There's an expansion of money with a partnership of some kind. So it's either you and a partner are being advised to join forces in terms to maybe qualify for something, or there is a merger of some kind, a rite of passage of some kind, and maybe you're worried about getting married. You're worried about putting each other's finances together. It's saying don't worry about that. I mean, this can be a formality as well. Maybe you want a prenup or something. You're thinking about getting a prenup, and the other person, what you're not aware of is the other person might think it's a good idea. If it's not about a prenup, you're worried about maybe proposing to somebody. I mean, I don't have the lovers here, so maybe it isn't necessarily about getting to the final stages of a relationship where you make that step into the formal commitment, the long-term thing. Because the Two of Cups really isn't like, it's love, but it can be puppy love. It can be, a nice friendship. It can be a soulmate bond or something. But that doesn't mean that you're worried about connecting finances to a situation. Or the answer is that there'll need to be a third party involvement, or there'll be the two of you will join in some sort of way, and then there'll be almost a third entity created by, there'll be the you, the me, and then the us involved in a situation financially or in some tangible way. Now, if this is love, that is a love connection, that is, there just might be a lot of love there. Or it could be something like a relationship that involves the internet and finances in some sort of way. Could be a business partner online that has, and where you guys will make money together. You're advised to somehow get money from the internet relationship, or your relationship to the internet, or there is some sort of love relationship here that will be connecting you to some sort of job or something, or some sort of income. If you've lost a job in the past, your partner might have a job for you. They could there could be some help there. There's some advice to take the relationship, take the partnership, be in love, be more open to being connected to the world at large about this relationship in some sort of way. How other people are seeing you. They're seeing you as pretty worn out. They're seeing you as like you've just been through kind of hell, and you're very anxious and worried that something else is going to happen. It seems like some burden is being removed. This was a long time haul burden, like a big burden is being lifted off your shoulders, but yet you're still pretty stressed out about something. They also could see you as being in a lot of pain. So if you got injured recently, and it's been very challenging and painful, like the house can be our physical body as well, because it's our structure to our. So maybe you had broken something at one point, or got hurt at work, or there was something here about some sort of difficulty and pain involved, and you've been exhausted and kind of in recovery mode, but yet on edge because you've been very stressed about stuff. If this was a surgery that you needed, if this was something, there was a blockage of some kind, or the recovery period for surgery was difficult for you and very painful, it's saying here, in the past. you were excited in the past to get what you want. It could have been cosmetic surgery. I'm not gonna lie. There was something cosmetic about it, or there was some sort of um, something aesthetic about whatever you were going for. If that is what this is speaking about. Otherwise, this is about this situation, this stress that of uniting with others, collaborating with others, becoming more popular, becoming famous in some sort of way, or becoming romantically involved and changing your status or moving in together. Um, there, other people are seeing this as like you look a little bit weathered, like you are very, very stressed out about this whole thing. That you're nearing the end of a difficult cycle, maybe, but it's been like a mountain is being moved, but at the same time, you're like, I'm ready to just collapse and sleep for 4 days now. This could be about moving a home, because I do have the house there in the sixth placement. What's the third placement? Yeah, that's how other people are seeing you. And reputation is really big in this reading. You're very worried about what other people think, or I think you're thinking that they see you as being somebody who's you're you're just like keeping up with the Bouquet Residence, you know, that show on PBS. You're running around like a chicken with your head cut off, trying to make sure that everything is perfect, but it's wearing you out. You're tired. That's what they think. All right, so what you're hoping for, you're hoping that you will be confident and be seen as attractive by others, that you will have some power in the situation, that you'll be able to manifest what you want, that you'll be seen as sexually attractive, that you will be the one, the face girl, the it guy, you're wanting to be the one that's the glowing one, the one that gets the attention. You're trying to get the attention of somebody who's in authority, or somebody who is part of an organization that's managing an organization, or is a head up, or the top of the food chain in some sort of way in what they do. Every time I look at this card, it looks like she's spreading her. And she's not naked. Oh my god, is it recording? This thing is driving me crazy. You can't see it, but the Queen of Wands she's always in a pose that's kind of like, okay. She's clothed, but it's just weird the way the artist depicted it. There is something here as well about desiring somebody to perform an act. You're hoping somebody will perform an act of an animalistic act on you sexually, something like that. I'm not going to get into exact details just because I'm trying to keep up with the reputation of YouTube shenanigans. Whatever it is, maybe you had sex with your boss, or you're hoping to have sex with your boss, but you don't want it to get out. Love is connected to money. Aha! Okay, so some of you are very stressed out because somebody you got a lot of attention in the past, you got a lot of what you wanted, there was probably some gifts or something, and you wanted to keep it private. Maybe this other person doesn't in the relationship, or The job isn't say wouldn't work out, but there's something here about that. There's something here about attraction and authority being attracted to you. There's that kind of vibe of worrying about what people think, your status changing in regards to something. You don't want to fall from grace. Like in the near future, I see something that was private breaking down. There is like the loss of privacy. There's an ending to privacy. There is an ending to the way things have been structured. If this is an organization, they may change things. They may go out of business. I don't know exactly what it is. For all of you, it will be different. I'm trying to get as many flavors out there that I'm seeing. I'm getting we'll walk through that door when we get to it. That is what I'm getting from this. Maybe you have been dating a celebrity or the other way around. And it's like a PR thing. it's something here about keeping up appearances. I mean, other people are noticing that you're pretty worn out and stressed. I don't know if they necessarily know that there's they might see that you've been working through some sort of challenge, some very over a long period of time that you've been chipping away at a mountain. Maybe they like that you're a hard worker. That's another thing. This has to do with a lot of different things. It could be archaeology, especially in the 8th placement with the 8th house. There's something about archaeology here, digging up stuff. Protecting some sort of site of some kind. The 8th house is about secrets too, so maybe you're tired of trying to keep a secret. People are noticing that. Maybe they don't know exactly what it is. Anyway, so reputation comes up again in the 10th. And in your outcome. There's something about an organization. And there's the 7 of clubs, which is defending one's position on their stance, their beliefs, trying to maintain a status quo and having to defend yourself in the process of keeping your position. So something may come up, a meeting of some kind, about something comes up. There's a meeting with a loan officer about a house. There's a meeting with management about a situation at work. There's a compromise that will maybe be made, that will be communicated, that's fair in the situation. But we'll get to that door when we get to it. It seems like in the near future you get to the door. You get to the door, the tower, the place where authority is. Okay? And you have to speak your piece about the situation. And you say your piece, and you defend yourself in regards to why you want your finances to be alone, why you want to keep this job, and you should be able to keep this job even though you're dating your boss. There's something here that you are defending. You're defending your business. You're defending your home. You know, there's something about defending what's yours, and in front of somebody who is of authority. And this most likely has to do with career or your reputation. There's a battle, there's a struggle, there's competition involved in the situation. So if you are trying to get a job, and you applied for some sort of promotion or position that you want, and then you've been stressing about who's going to get picked, am I going to get picked, are they going to get picked? It seems like you go in and you give them the reasons why you should be there, why you should have that. And then the competition, there's something new or a beginning of a competition. So it's the start of some kind of conflict or challenge or strife. There's competitiveness here. It's as if you have to take a step down from where you were at in order to prove yourself again in some sort of situation. It's the 7 of clubs to the 5 of clubs. The 7 of clubs, we've gotten to a higher point. We're safer, we're above water, and we're going to try to stay there. That's what we're trying to do. 5 of clubs is, I am competing to show who's boss, who's on top, who's the best. This could get a little bit ugly. The 5 of clubs can be about arguments and battles. This could be about a child as well. If you have children with somebody and maybe there is the status of a relationship is coming into context, a divorce. This could be taking your legal stance to court. The 10th house represents authority. The 7th house represents Libra and has that justice kind of vibe. So it means it's about relationships that are connected to money or the growing, the spreading out of money. So this could have to do with child support of some kind. There is the Queen in the house of Jupiter, which is also a very judicial kind of house. I have somebody who is very powerful, a female in powerful authority, who is kind of the face of authority, who is the one that is in charge, who is going to be siding with the mother, I'm pretty sure, because the bear is there. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's an exact. Whatever it is, this woman, this authority figure, is going to be making the decision about whatever it is that's up for grabs, or whatever it is that, So you might, if you are in a relationship with someone you work with that's somebody who is also an authority on your level of things, you might be asked to take a step down and get demoted and start over from a different place. You might be conflicted about that. You might be irritated about that. There is some sort of competition about keeping your space, keeping your rank in something. Your reputation is involved. You might be starting to fight with people about your reputation in some sort of way, or about a child, your children, things associated with children, things associated with new beginnings, the start of something. You might be defending those things and in competition over those things. Visitations comes into mind here with the child and the Rider card finishing out. This could be about visitations in a court of law, like with children in probate court. There is this, your children could be fighting with your friends' kids. There's something about that. There's also playing sports. Kids playing sports. Or a sports team of some kind. And in the past there was recognition and a medal, and now there's another competition. There's something that's gonna move things up a level. I think there's more at stake here now. This is also the house of homes. Homes. The house of dreams and wishes coming true. So there is this kind of new dream that you're willing to fight for in some sort of way. It's the start of the competition. There's something new here. There's definitely some sort of new beginning or risk that you will be taking, based on some sort of news or some sort of visits. Uranus is the ruler, part ruler of Uranus and Aries. Both kind of have flavored the Fool card, right? And Uranus is very sporadic. It's erratic. It's spontaneous. It means that things are kind of up in the air, and it might be the luck of the draw in terms of visitation. It's not giving me a solid answer about temporary visitation. Is also something that would come into play. So if this is about a child, or the welfare of a child, or who the child is living with, there could be temporary visitation granted to the father. The mother could be the one that is in charge. Is left with the primal custody. You could also be starting a new business with a business partner. You might be starting a relationship, have just started a relationship, and now you want to take it to a more financial based level. There's something here about connecting love and romance, and that's what you're advised to do, which I'm shocked. But they're the ones talking at me. I'm shocked about that. There's also some sort of gate. There's some sort of gatekeeping involved, keeping up with the Joneses. This is like a portal, a passageway, a way through, an archway. And this is also a place that has an archway. It's a gate. See the gate's closed? I feel like you're being allowed into something as well. This could be like a trial point for your progression into a position where you can keep your stance, where you're trying to keep either your position and then move upward into a new one that's very gatekeeped and is very like secretive, private. And I say that there's something like anything could happen, because the Tower here, I have the Tower here in the near future, and then I have the Fool ending out on the distant future. So it's also the start of something, a new spiritual path for you. There's some sort of communication or news that you're going to get that's going to send you on a new spiritual journey in some sort of way. Right, let's walk through the houses really quick, Virgo, because I just want to make sure that I get everything in. So, first house, you are glowing up. I don't know if it's necessarily like glowing up or if you're more stressed and people are noticing that. Um, I guess that what you're thinking is going to be on your sleeve. So just make sure you kind of try to rein that in, because people are going to be noticing what you're thinking because it's going to be on your face. Your body is going to show how you feel during this period. Second house, there is something here about you joining resources with somebody else. Maybe you move into a new place and you get roommates. There could be three of you. Maybe you go into business with other people and you get the key to business, and it's a legit thing. It's finally got some legs, and everybody's getting the keys to the business. Maybe you go in with friends or family to get a house. It's a collaboration, a rite of passage. There's something here that is kind of formal or traditional about it. There's paperwork involved. I see that you might have to go fill out some paperwork in order to apply for something that you could get or you couldn't get. There's like a coin toss up with this. There's some sort of competition or battle of wits involved in this, or battle of different ideas or different. They're just they want to stick their sword in what they want. They want to get it. You know what I mean? Like there's like this kind of picking at something, trying to get it. So everyone wants to get a chance at the game, and you're doing the formal paperwork to be a part of that or put in for something. This could be even a lottery ticket that you're buying in your local neighborhood, or I don't know, anything where there's chance involved, or there's like something to lose, and that a lot of people lose. It's the risk of the game. If you see a fight in your neighborhood, there is some sort of news about that, or it could end up on the news. Fourth house. There is this new beginning with your commitments to your home, your family, your marriage. There's this new idea to commit to something within home and family. It's the start of thinking about marriage. It's the start of thinking about getting a house together. It's the start of thinking about filing for that loan for the mortgage for your house. There's something here about that. Also, there's a lot of private, intimate, like things that could be ideas about what you're committing yourself to in relationships, and maybe conversations being had about the start of a relationship that are very private in nature. Fifth house. You could win an award for something. I'm seeing like a carnival eating contest, or there's something here about like winning an award for something to do with great service at a restaurant, or great maybe it's a modeling kind of thing where you get a lot of attention and you got some sort of recognition. You're being put in a magazine or something like that. There's some sort of popularity or fame involved. You getting some sort of recognition on a grander scheme, grander level. Very popular. That's the fifth house. Creativity. You're also your creative project. You could get some recognition for your creative talents at this time. If you do anything with flowers or bouquets or anything to do with that kind of um, artistry, then that's something that's coming through here as well. Um, Makeup, anything to do with the aesthetics or modeling or acting or anything that's where your face is out there and it's got stuff on it. So then, sixth house. You could get hurt at your home. You could get like a boo boo. So don't go up on ladders without somebody spotting you. Don't, just be careful. Keep your balance. Make sure things are sturdy that you're standing on. The other thing I think of is your day-to-day routine changing up at home. Maybe somebody is also keeping their health private at this time. Like, you might have had some kind of incident and you have some kind of recognition or popularity of some kind and you're trying to keep it under wraps. This is also like losing a home, losing privacy, your private life being exposed in some sort of way. A fall from grace that might affect your health or might affect your routine in some sort of way. Maybe you're trying to keep more private now because you don't want people to see you in this light. Maybe you don't want them to take pictures of you if you're on that kind of level. God only knows that somebody would be watching this on that kind of level. Probably not, but you never know. There's like this. It's also like moving up in your building, going up higher, getting a better view. In your routine, you might be going to work at a higher level in your building, or there's like this going up to the rooftop on a routine basis to get a suntan. There's something that is being spontaneously introduced in your day-to-day routine, or there's a sudden breakdown in your day-to-day routine and a need for privacy because of that situation. Or your family could be interrupting your day-to-day routine in your work life. You might work from home and your family has come to visit and they're constantly distracting you or something like that. You're keeping your health private. Any kind of health hiccups you'll keep private. It's not something you want to share with the world. I'm going to move on. Seventh house. Relationships. Yeah, you're partnering up and connections. Either your status is changing or the how well known your relationship is changing. Like, there is something here about people connected on the internet that might be seeing your relationship, or that you're noticing a lot of people are getting into relationships around this time. There's a lot of money maybe connected to relationships at this time, or partnerships in business, etc. This is a good business deal like a connection that you will make more money from as well. Okay, so that's the 7th. We're going on to the 8th house. You're really exhausted from having to deal with some sort of challenge in terms of your shared resources that you've been picking away at, like, or trying to remove some sort of difficulty in terms of getting some sort of resource that would help you to recover from a situation that's been challenging. There's this kind of ending in sight. You're almost at the top of the mountain and you're exhausted. This is also digging up things from the past. This is intimacy and really getting down and deep in regards to psychological matters. So you could be feeling like you're really at the end of your rope during this time, and that you need to kind of stop and take a pause to, you know, recoup yourself mentally and physically. Um, this is also being exhausted from trying to figure out paperwork situations with like loans, taxes, debt. Maybe there was a mountain, and it could have been of debt, or it could have been some sort of psychological exhaustion of some kind. Um, Maybe you were working through it with a therapist, and now you finally gotten to the top of the mountain, and the blockages are being quickly removed in some sort of way. I do have the scythe here. I hope that this is not frozen. Okay, the scythe here, which is the pointy side is facing the mountain. So I'm thinking that is the removal of some sort of blockage, some sort of challenge, and it could have been over a long period of time. This might go way back into your past. So there's somebody here that has been working through some real challenging things. These things might have been taboo or and strange in nature to some people, or they might have been psychological and taboo from that sort of viewpoint in some sort of way. This is also feeling like supernaturally blocked in some sort of way, or spiritually blocked in some sort of way. This is a return to sender. For some reason, I'm getting that. You'll know if that applies. I'm not going to explain it any further. Okay. Moving on from the 8th house. I see that there's a foreign woman who is very attractive and very powerful, that is in charge of some sort of travel related thing, some sort of philosophy or higher knowledge type of thing. This is a very spiritual, powerful placement, having the Queen of Wands there. Excuse me, I had to have a sip of coffee. This is about power, and a lot of power. This is somebody who is very powerful in their position. They may be a world leader abroad. They're a woman. Or they are a female identified, or divine feminine energy is very highly present at this time. This is about taking charge of your family and being a mom and doing it solo, even being a strong, independent woman. Maybe your mother raised you. She lives abroad and she raised you up by herself. There's something here about that. Ninth house. Communications. Gemini. It's mine. Excuse me, I'm rambling. I'm trying to see what the heck is going on here. Somebody of influence could be writing to an authority at a distance about some sort of matter, or there's like I'm signing a check. I'm showing you that I got what it takes. I'm the boss. I'm the queen. Here you go. It's like, see, I did it. I did it for you. I'm seeing large. I'm hearing the words large and in charge. I don't know why I'm hearing that. If this has to do with anything to do with gambling as well, like somebody like going to the slots and pulling that bar and then winning big. This is also somebody who is expanding in their tummy region because they're having a baby. This person would be somebody who's very famous in some sort of way. Popular, famous, expansion. This is somebody who is got that Jupiterian vibe, Sagittarius energy, or being sought after by authority, an authority taking notice of this person. If your boss is from another country, this could have to do with you and your boss, kind of him seeking you out or her seeking you out, something about that. What else is it? It's also a very lucky house, so you might be getting some the attention of somebody in authority because of the way you look, because of your beauty. You're getting noticed by somebody at a distance as well. This person could be far from you. This is also fashion. So fashion authority, people at the top in fashion design, noticing you. All right, so 10th house. Some organization is seeing what you got. They want to see what you got, what you're made of in terms of career, in terms of reputation. You're defending your position in some kind of way. There's some sort of stakes at your level of things that you are going to have to show your stuff in some sort of way. And I think that the competition, whatever it is, it's like the start of an organization. So there might be a startup company that you're getting involved with, or a company that's starting up. They want you to come there, but they want to like test you first. There's some sort of test here. This could be sports related as well, college sports related or sports related, or something here about competition and involvement with that. Then there's like this 11th house. You might get a new associate or find a new friend that you're in this competition with, or that maybe not at your level, but they're a little bit under you, and you're gonna either be friends or your kids are gonna be friends with each other. You might be starting a new business, and you meet this person and become friends with them through that. Your associations with that. Your kids could be friends. I said that already. Your 12th house. Sudden visitations. So get prepared for company from the spirit world. It's not as spooky as you think. It's from a past lover, maybe. There's also news about incoming news about some sort of risk or some sort of new beginning starting out in terms of 12th house matters. Uranus being there, it's kind of spontaneous, so your spirit might be calling you to do things differently this time around. You might be taking trips places that you don't normally take. There is some sort of going to be an adventurous kind of vibe coming to you. You're going to feel like a pull or a push from the universe in some sort of way to get you going, to get you shaking up the energy. You're asked to shake up your energy. And take some some new roads, take some, you might astral travel as well, because this is like spontaneous trips in the astral world. That's where it falls. So I keep thinking Wizard of Oz with that Fool card, like the Scarecrow. Something about the Scarecrow. If he only had a brain. But he already had a brain. I don't get it. You might have a dream about a Scarecrow or the Wizard of Oz. I have no idea what that is, but there's something here about like movement or news coming in, or a visitor in your dreams. You might start having visitations in your dreams from past lovers that passed on, or dreams about lovers just in general that are still alive, but you're dreaming about them suddenly. Or they could be romantic style dreams. You could start to do a little sleepwalking, so just keep an eye on that. Alright, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so please. And I really can't wait till September when we meet again. Bye.